And away we go. It is the Aftermath, brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken, right here on BearcatJournal.com. Go see our good friends at Galactic Fried Chicken. I went over the weekend. It was amazing, as always. They're located in Dayton, Kentucky, right down the street from Newport on the Levee. The best fried chicken in the city, and great chicken tenders, chicken dunkers. They are fantastic. French fries, coleslaw, fried pickles, deviled eggs, you name it. Galactic Fried Chicken's got it, and they are waiting for you. Go tell Shane and company the Bearcat Journal sent you. Like I said, Dayton, Kentucky, right down the street from Newport on the Levee. All right, let's get this show on the road, Aaron. It was 40-38. Things were looking pretty good for the Bearcats. It did not end pretty good for the Bearcats. We are there's about a minute 22 left. It is 74-51. Arizona leads. Just trying to get this thing across the finish line for the Bearcats. They put up about as valiant an effort as possible against a really, really good Arizona team. I thought, did pretty much exactly what was needed in terms of slowing them down defensively, but the offense stunk. And especially throughout the second half, they have scored 24 points in the second half. They shot 26% from 26% from the floor, 15% from three, including a late three made by Jordi Rodriguez, and the blowout ensued. Arizona just hit a three with 39 seconds to go. It is now 77-51. When you look at this one, it is going to look like a beatdown by Arizona over the final 10 minutes. It absolutely was. That's what I mean. Arizona was outstanding on the offensive glass, 18 offensive rebounds for 18 points, 17-1 in points off turnovers. I thought the turnovers, Aaron, 10 turnovers in the first half for Cincinnati, to even be within 6 at halftime was a testament to how well Cincinnati played on defense. But look, it comes down to this, really. Cincinnati is not going to win a Big 12 game where Day Thomas and Jizzle James combined for 6 points on 3 of 15 shooting, 0 of 3 from 3 for Day, 0 of 2 from 3 for Jizzle. Day 1 of 8 from the floor, Jizzle 2 of 7 from the floor. Neither of them get to the free throw line. Only 3 assists combined for those two, 4 turnovers combined for those two. And if your 2 starting guards are going to play like that, you're going to lose. And eventually the walls are going to cave in like they did over these final 10 minutes for Arizona. And fuck Doug Sermons. His crew didn't have a whole lot to do with the outcome, but that guy can go to hell. Other than that, take it away, Aaron.
I thought the shot selection overall from tip to finish was terrible. I didn't love their shot selection pretty much all night. I thought the ball protection was not great. There were some horrendous passes.
Bad passes. Bad turnovers.
And somehow the officiating superseded all of it to the point where during that last review, the ref thought, was that Doug Sermon? I don't know what
that was Doug Sermons. That was Doug Sermons.
He thought he was an MC. Thought he was an MC. What are we doing?
The guy's a clown. He's an absolute clown. But the refs aren't ultimately why they lost. They lost because Cincinnati was terrible on offense. I give a lot of credit to Arizona's defense. They make it very tough on you. Cincinnati tried. I mean, up until the final stretch, I know they took a couple threes there at the end. They were only shot 15 threes. Like, they were not. Now, they had the wrong guys taking them, especially in the second half. But
That's correct.
they were not hunting threes in this game. They were trying to get downhill. They were trying to score around the rim. Arizona's just huge, and they were allowed to play physical. They were not penalized.
They were.
Yes, Arizona was allowed to play physical. They were not penalized for the chucking and the bumping. And I mean, the one in the second half, Baba drives baseline, and Toby Awaka doesn't get any ball and hits him with his entire body. And I just think ultimately, Aaron, I know you're frustrated. I think frustration caught up with Cincinnati with about 5 minutes to go.
Jaden Bradley shoved was it Dede, I believe, with his entire forearm, throws him 15 feet.
He did it 15 times.
This was in the first half. He throws him like 15 feet, and we're not calling it. That was a foul on Dede.
Yeah.
What I mean, every
time a defender got close to Bradley or Burries, they chucked, and it never got called. It didn't get called once, I don't think.
I'm so frustrated with what I watched tonight because it wasn't basketball. It wasn't fun to watch. It wasn't. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, yes, Cincinnati lost because shot selection was poor, because offensively you shot 4 of 21 from 3. That's terrible. And maybe it's 4 of 15 before that.
There's
still not good.
3 of 15 before garbage time.
17 of 56. They did not make twos great again. Cincinnati didn't anyway. Hat tip if you watched the BCJ pod. But
that's the thing, Aaron. Look, I know it's easy to say stop shooting threes, but if you can't make twos, you got to shoot something. You have to end the possession with a shot. Arizona clearly packed the lane. They've got great size. They're physical. So you have to, Cincinnati was never going to win this game making 3 threes. It had to be Iowa State. They made 10. Now they shot a poor percentage, but they made 10. So they opened up Iowa State's defense. Cincinnati did not put any pressure on Arizona's defense. So, yeah, it's easy to say they need to stop shooting threes or they need to shoot less threes. I will 100% agree. You don't want Cham and Buck and Baba being guys that are taking important threes at a point in the second half where the game was still very much in question. But you have to be able to pressure the defense in some way, shape, or form. They clearly weren't going to be able to do it by shooting around the rim. So you have to take some shots.
You had 12 points collectively from your starters not named Baba.
Yeah.
That's horrendous.
Terrible. Yeah.
Absolutely horrendous. Without Sean Abayev, I don't know that you score 40 points in this game.
And really, I mean, he made 2 threes in the first half and then got fouled on 1. He had 9 at the half. He was a big help in that first half, considering nobody else besides Baba did anything. They didn't have anybody step up and do that in the second half, which is why things got away from them. Your guards can't be that bad. Like, your guards can't be that bad. The crazy part is, Aaron, it was ripe for an upset because they did a really good job
defensively.
But they couldn't make a shot. They took questionable long twos, which we've talked about. What we talked about on the BCJ pod. They weren't taking step-in twos. They were taking sidestep twos, backstep twos. They never made the Arizona defense stressed at any point in this game. And that's what happens when an elite defense, a top 5 defense, is able to just stay in their lanes and stay on their assignments, and you can't make them pay, you're eventually going to get blown out. Arizona's too good on offense. They weren't going to score 58 points. Like, they were always going to get into the 70s.
That was probably the most obnoxious team I think I've ever watched. Like, they annoyed the fuck out of me.
That's what they do.
You said that I was going to love. I hate them. I absolutely hate them. I don't want to watch
If they were
another
your team, you would love them more than anything you've ever loved in your whole life.
I don't know. They just annoyed the shit out of me. Like,
yeah, if that's your team, you love them.
Sure, maybe. I don't know. I think Krivas is a punk bitch. He probably deserved the next shot.
It wasn't a neck shot either. He hit him like right here.
I don't know, man. I've not been this frustrated watching a game because I don't walk away from that game thinking that Arizona's like this elite superior team. I truly don't, because I think Cincinnati had them not on the ropes, but like they had them there where you had a puncher's chance, and it just got away from them, and it was certainly not. It's not helped when you feel like your back is against the wall because it's you against the team and the entire referee crew, because you can't get a call. They didn't have a foul call, and you have 6 foul calls with less than 6 minutes into the second half. You have 6 foul calls at Cincinnati, and Arizona doesn't have one. What are we doing? That doesn't make sense to me. And granted, yes, that's how you end up with flagrants, though, because people are getting pissed off. What do I have to do to get a fucking call?
Are you okay?
No, that was a waste of 2 hours of my life.
Okay. Are we going to be able to do a show, or?
Sure, fine, but how is this an okay product to put on TV if you're the Big 12? Like, how do you go back on any type of review and think they did a good job? We feel good about the money we're giving these people. What are we doing?
That was a big issue early in the second half. The Cincinnati wasn't allowed to ever find a rhythm. Wasn't allowed to ever play with any sort of confidence. You saw in the first half, Arizona started hot. They made 4 of their first 5. They had 10 points, bang, right out of the gate. Cincinnati settled in. The defense started to get some stops. Cincinnati was able to get out and play with a little bit more freedom, a little bit more energy. I thought they lost it right at the end of the first half. And then you come out to start the second half, and there was 5 fouls called in the first segment. 5 fouls called before the first TV timeout. And then another one right out of the TV timeout to make it 6-0. Yeah, I mean, it's Doug Sermons. Like, I knew the minute that I saw him call, like throw the ball up, I'm like, shit, here we go. Because there's nothing he loves more than, I've got the number 1 team. I'm gonna make a big production out of this.
Even there was a travel call at one point, and whoever was on the far side just like, I mean, it was the biggest roll travel I've ever seen. Like, he just kept going. What are we doing?
There was also 3 different times that a ref 30 feet away from the play came in and changed the call made by a guy standing right there. There was a foul call. There was an out of bounds call that got changed. Yeah, I mean,
the announcers were terrible as well. The announcers were terrible as well. They're like, Awaka's just, you can't call it an illegal screen because he's just holding 3 people at the same time because he's just mad. No, you call a foul. You can't call a foul, you idiots. What are we doing?
But ultimately, Tonk's right, and you mentioned it. Like, you had 1 starter play well. You are simply not. Officials aside, were they bad? Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Yes.
But you can't have 4 of your 5 starters play like shit and upset the number 1 team in the country on their floor. It's not going to happen. They're not that good.
Baba didn't even play well. It wasn't a good game from Baba. 14 points, 5 of 13, not great. Stop shooting threes. Only 6 rebounds for him, 1 assist. He stayed out of foul trouble. He spent an awful lot of time on the bench in the second half. I don't know what Wes was thinking. You put him out there for 40 minutes if you have to. He's the only guy doing anything.
He was getting killed on the glass.
Who are you going to put in? Slime is still injured.
Aaron, it can't be both ways. Take a guy out when he's not playing well, and then you do so, and you get yelled at for taking him out. He was getting abused on the defensive glass. That's Arizona was getting second shot after second shot after second shot. I don't know. You got to try something. They tried Halveen at the 4 for a little while. I mean, they were trying to do something because they made Arizona take a bunch of tough contested shots, and they got what'd they miss? Arizona missed
36 shots.
And they got 18 offensive rebounds.
That's a crazy stat right there.
That's about their norm. That's why they're one of the top 3 offensive rebounding teams in the country. That was one of the biggest. If Cincinnati was going to do something crazy here, they were going to have to keep Arizona off the offensive glass, and they didn't. And Baba was part of that. It was Awaka. It was
Cham's also part of that.
Cham was part of it too.
Again, this is another game where you got 4 rebounds. You're the biggest dude out there. You're supposed to be elevating against teams that have big dudes. 4 rebounds is not going to cut it.
It wasn't their 5s that were doing it.
No, it was their 4s.
It was their 4s that were doing it.
Because
that's what I'm getting at.
They're all built like peak Karl Malone. God bless.
Yeah, that's what they're doing at the 4 this year at Arizona. And Awaka will play some 5, but for the most part, he plays the 4 when Pete's out. And
he plays both positions at the same time. I don't know. They don't even need a 5 out there when he's out there. He holds 3 people back.
He did do that. He did do that. I mean, ultimately, Arizona's the better team. Arizona's much more competent on offense than Cincinnati. They've got better players at they have better players at every position. They have better players off the bench. I give Cincinnati a lot of credit for fighting as hard as they fought. Yeah, Aaron's very mad tonight.
Very mad.
I give Cincinnati a lot of credit for fighting as hard as they fought for 30 minutes. But if you're not going to make shots, like if you're not going to make that Arizona defense work, eventually the walls are going to cave in, and eventually the walls caved in.
The walls came tumbling down. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's the 189th offense in Ken Palm playing against a top, they're 4th, a top 5 defense. And when you do that, and you can't make anything you can't do anything that makes Arizona uncomfortable. Like a perfect example, Iowa State. They took the pressure, beat the pressure, and that made the Iowa State defense uncomfortable. That put them in scramble mode. They had to, they were leaving shooters open. And then Cincinnati started making shots. Now they're over-helping on the perimeter. You're getting better looks at the rim. Arizona was able to just stay in their base, essentially their base defense, make Cincinnati shoot over them. And there was never Is some of it off at like the design of the offense? Sure. But the reality is, man for man, more than anybody else in the conference, man for man, Arizona's just better than Cincinnati.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily. I don't put this loss on the coaching staff. Not tonight. I will put losses on coaching staff, but tonight it's on your players. You played terribly in every facet. There was a rotation out there tonight. I know it was a Bayev out there. God, I can't remember. It was at some point in the second half. The spacing was horrible, absolutely horrible. People kind of hanging out in the same spot around the arc. I don't know. The whole game was frustrating. The second half was frustrating. First half was great.
Pete Crawley, do you remember when you were 18 to 23, 24? Do you? Was 10 o'clock your bedtime? Was 11 o'clock your bedtime? Maybe it's just the night owl in me. No. I'm 48 and my bedtime's not 10, 11 o'clock.
Well, Crawley's still here. I mean,
I know he's still here. Yeah,
you could go to bed. I don't think it was street ball offense. I think that they just ran inefficiently tonight. Teeth.
I just think Arizona was good on defense and made Cincinnati shoot over them. Name Aaron. Here's the name. Can you think of many wide open shots that Cincinnati got at any point in this game?
Wide open?
Yeah, open shots.
Anytime they were 8+ feet behind the arc, they were open. They shot.
That happened once.
No, Celestine shot one earlier. I don't know. I feel like they shot probably a handful of those. Buck, yeah. Anytime Buck's shooting a three, Mustafa Cham shooting a three, Baba Miller shooting a three, those are all wide open.
They actually weren't. The two from Cham were open. The Baba one actually wasn't open. The Buck corner, like,
no, that wasn't.
Yeah,
late.
No, it wasn't late. It was when it was still close. I think it was around 10.
Yeah, because I got mad at that
and he
one.
took a contested one from the right wing.
Him and Buck, I feel like, shot threes within 3 minutes of each other. And
look, would I have liked to have seen Abayev maybe get a little bit more run? Sure, but they were going right at him, guys. They were going right at him when he was in the game. So you hope you're going to get a repeat performance. Yes, Phil, I'm ripping a heater right now. You hope you can get a repeat performance in the second half that you got in the first half. But the reality is sometimes I need a heater when Aaron's like this. I calm myself down. He gets worked up. It's very difficult when you've got a freshman like that Arizona knew, like, when he comes in the game, we're going right at him. I'm a Camel menthol silver guy. Cham was wide open, smoked his 3-footer on the behind the back pass from Tillery. Why didn't he just dunk that?
I don't know. Just go up 2 hands and you take the air out of that whole arena.
You're 7'2", catch that and just dunk it.
And hang and kick someone in the face. Hopefully it's Krivas.
Let's see. Cham has, I don't know if it's under 5 dunks, but he is not a guy that finishes. He's probably had 5 lob dunks, but he is not a guy that finishes with dunks.
Alex, I don't know.
I agree with him.
I don't know that they can beat Arizona, but I know that it would have been damn closer if they had an actual competent referee crew who called it the same both ways, because it was not the same. It was not the same.
Actually, what he said is, we know we can play with that team. We know we can beat that team. We have to learn from this in case we get them again. So that's just a flat out lie.
What, that they're getting them
also,
again?
Huh?
What, that they're getting them again?
No, saying that they can't beat them. He said, we have to learn from it in case we run into them again, like in the Big 12 tournament. Not dunking is a thing at UC for years now. They led the nation in dunks last year. Guys, I get you frustrated, but can we not make stuff up? Jeez. 46-33 on the glass. Yeah. That is a product of Cincinnati was not. The thing that Cincinnati does best this year is defensive rebound. That's what they do better than just about anybody else in the country. They got 22 defensive rebounds. Arizona got 18 offensive rebounds. They got killed on the defensive glass.
This is a game that Slime was built for.
Yeah, you could have used his physicality for sure.
Him at the 4 and Baba and Cham swapping out at the 5 through the game. Man.
Yeah. Why are stupid threes occurring? Because nobody else could hit a shot, would be my guess. Again, somebody has to, at some point in time, shoot the ball. Did the wrong people take them? Yeah, the wrong people took them, but the right people didn't make any shots tonight. So that makes life pretty fucking difficult, guys. It makes life pretty difficult when the people you want taking the shots are 1 of 7 or 1 of 8 and 2 of 7. And Cham, 1 of 7.
Your points in the paint differential is insane. 48-14.
They got killed. They got killed. I mean, they couldn't score over Arizona. It wasn't for a lack of effort trying to score. They got it down there a decent amount. What 4 of 10 on layups? Only 1 dunk attempt. They shot a bunch of what are considered, they consider them jump shots, but like 5 to 10 feet. They couldn't score over top of Arizona. How do we score 75? You guys were ready to run Sean Abayev out of town on a rail yesterday. Today.
I said on Monday that he was the key. If he gets playing well, and you have Cham and you have Dede and Jizzle playing well, and you have Baba, of course, playing well, that's kind of the key to this whole thing.
UC got bullied by Arizona tonight. Yep.
Accurate.
They did. And the refs allowed it. That's
they were
part
hosting
of the
they were hosting a party and
the officials.
Did you the way he talked, the nuances and cadences in his voice when he talked on that last flagrant made me want punch in the face.
Why doesn't Baba dribble to the rim more or drive the paint more often? Because he's not great with the ball in traffic. Like his dribble is high. I would like for him to, but it's not a super efficient. He needs to like 1 dribble, 2 dribbles. He does not need to 3 or 4 dribble downhill to the rim.
I thought he drove to the rim more than anybody tonight.
He tried at least. He didn't have a lot of success with it because, again.
Exactly, Doug. You get
it. Hey, guys, you'll like this. The call goes to Arizona. Oh, look. His smirmy. That's smirmy. I wanted to smack the look off.
That's what I'm saying. It was the way he talked. Like,
oh, yeah, he's the worst. There's a reason. I don't just hate officials for no reason. I hate that guy. Because he's bad at his job. Baba gets fouled a lot on those. Yeah, but they don't call it in this league. They're going to let people body him as he's driving to the rim. And he's 6'11". His dribble's too high. So it's difficult for him to get from point A to point B when he's trying to drive downhill. Now, if he can catch and go, he's really good at it. Like if he's got an advantage, he can catch and go 1 or 2 dribbles, straight line drive to the rim. He's outstanding. But when he's got to beat his man and then turn the corner, the ball's up too high. He's not physical enough to absorb the contact, and he gets bumped off his spot. I think Sermons is the worst official in the game. Padilla's also really bad. So is Doug Shows. Those are the three. I need one more for like a Mount Rushmore. Oh,
tonight was
Kip Kissinger. It's Kip Kissinger. It's Kip Kissinger, Doug Shows, Doug Sermons, and Tony Padilla. That's the Mount Rushmore of, shit, this game's going to suck.
This has me longing for the days of TV Teddy.
I love Teddy. Teddy's not a bad official.
Longing for the days of TV Teddy.
He just loves the TV. He loves to make big, boisterous calls.
Can you imagine him
as a good official?
Can you imagine TV Teddy in tonight's atmosphere?
Oh God. Yeah. Buck was really bad tonight. He didn't take a good layup all night.
Terrible. He knows that. We're not saying anything that would offend him, I don't think. He knows he didn't. Again, shot selection by everyone tonight
was not great.
Terrible.
But Arizona does deserve a lot of credit for that.
Sure.
Like they
ran
made
them
it
to the end of the clock.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, you ran them to the end of the clock, and they had to hoist stuff up.
But yeah, that's part of, like, their smallest guy is 6'3". And they play a bunch of 6'7", 6'8", 6'8", 6'8", 22, 6'7", 7'2". It was a good game for 30 minutes. And then Cincinnati's lack of ability to score changed the trajectory.
I'm just really glad I didn't wake anybody up in my house.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's as if Dan said on the radio tonight, it's as if Buck thinks he gets extra credit for rush layups and degree of difficulty. Like he tries, like he's trying to impress the Russian judge with his degree of difficulty on almost every layup he attempts. That's not a like run out bucket. I don't think they're similar to Houston this year, Geoff. Very similar to a typical Kelvin Sampson team. I don't think this is a typical Kelvin Sampson team.
I look for UCLA to make a giant run at Karchenkov for all of his deflections and the fact that he tries to hype the crowd after every deflection.
Yeah. I mean, they were in the middle of a run. Whatever. Dunk contest worthy layup attempts. The 360 spin, the 360 no scope. If you're a Fortnite guy. Go ahead and do the thing.
Baba Miller, 14 points, 5 of 13, 0 for 1 from 3, 4 of 4 from the line, 2 offensive, 4 defensive, giving him 6 rebounds. The only one on the Bearcats team that he was tied with was Team. Everyone else was under 6. 1 assist, 2 fouls, 2 turnovers, 33 minutes played, minus 25.
That's rough. And he did not play. I mean, he did not play a lot of those minutes. It felt like where Arizona was pulling away. I wouldn't mind seeing Jordy more. If we're talking about seeing Jordy more, we've lost the plot.
Look, he's on those Scooby snacks. Who knows?
Oh, Aaron, what did we talk about? We also talked about this on the BCJ pod. They're at some point going to waste. They wasted a 13 of 14 free throw night.
Well, you would have had more free throws if you had a competent referee crew, but I digress.
Sure, but they wasted a 92.9% night from the free throw line. Is Jalen Haynes coming back? I don't know. Good question.
Every show. It's like clockwork. Yeah. Moving on. Sean Abayev, 13 points. He's back. 3 of 7 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3, 5 of 5 from the line, 2 defensive rebounds, his only rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers, 18 minutes played, minus 7. I will say he was incredibly selective with his shots tonight. He was the only one, I think, who was incredibly selective. He made the extra pass more often than not. Good to see him playing like he was tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see him hit a couple shots. Also good to see him get downhill and finish a layup at the rim for the 2-pointer that he made. And then got fouled on a 3, which he's really good at, I think, because it's so slow.
It's because they high-fived. They actually, which in that case, sure, kick out your leg. Fine. I'm okay with you flopping on that one. Whatever. You high-fived. But the other ones, the vast majority of them have not been that.
Yeah. Look, D. Smith, when you shoot 30% from the floor and 19% from the 3, you're not going to have a whole lot of points. Just not.
All right. Who's the next leading scorer? Jeez.
Anyone else see the end of the Xavier game? Yeah, that was pretty funny. It was nice of them to extend that game long enough that it went right into the start of UC's window. So everybody turned in at 9:00. And as soon as they turned in, they got to see Creighton miss a free throw, get an offensive rebound, and bank shot to win. Yeah.
Jalen Celestine, 7 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 1 offensive, 1 defensive, giving him 2 rebounds, 4 fouls, 1 turnover, 1 steal, 20 minutes played, minus 13.
I mean, still would like to see a little bit more on the glass from him. He's hitting some good 2s now where he's shot faking the defense.
He found a floater.
Yeah, getting I don't know if it was a floater, but floater-esque, I guess. Shot fake, got into the teeth of the defense, pulled up and hit like a 12-footer. Hit the Dirk kind of looking fade away from 17 feet. Yeah, I mean, offensively, he's what you need from your 6-man, like your first offensive weapon coming off the bench. Hit a couple shots. You'd probably like to see him shoot. I'd like to see him shoot a little bit more or see them run some more offense from him when they get bogged down a little bit. But yeah, a decent game from Celestine. I don't know if Carissa got injured again. He came in, he fouled within like 15 seconds of getting on the floor, and he did not come back out.
All right, we'll keep it moving here. Mustafa Cham, 5 points, 1 of 7 from the field. How's that even possible for a center? 0 for 2 from 3. Oh, that's how. 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 offensive, 1 defensive, giving him 4 rebounds, 4 fouls, 17 minutes played, minus 9.
I mean, if he's not hitting that little 15-foot jumper, then teams don't have to come out and guard him. They're just going to let him take it. And then he doesn't really have a whole lot else offensively. That's his bag. Like, his bag is 12 feet out to the 3-point line. He is. I told you guys this before the season started. I know Wes wants him to be a back to the basket guy. He's not strong enough in his core, in his lower body, to be a back to the basket guy in this league.
He's not backing down Krivas, no.
No.
But
he's not ducking in. The problem is he can't duck in like Krivas did several times tonight. Duck in, hold your position, and then get it up on the rim from 5 feet and in because they push him out. He tries to duck in, but he doesn't have the lower body strength to hold it. So by the time he catches the ball, he's at 12 feet.
He also didn't get in, like, he didn't really get any of the give and go going. He didn't catch any of the back doors and make him pay on any of the back. Just whatever he was doing didn't work in all facets.
Yeah, I mean, look, as a head coach, you look at that and you say, he does have soft touch. Like, in practice, he looks like he can do that. He's got soft touch with either hand, but he can't hold his ground when we get into Big 12 play. He's not going to be able to hold his position 6 to 8 feet from the basket. When he catches it, he's going to be at 10 to 12, and you really don't want a guy, unless his name's Kareem, when you don't really want a guy throwing, 12-foot one-handed push shots at the rim.
Yeah.
Can't imagine the thought changing Cham would be this hard or take this long. Look at his body type. His body type tells you that this is not going to be a guy that's going to be able to root out position and score from 6 feet and in. He's not physical enough to do it.
All right. Keep it moving. 4 points for Jizzle James, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, 1 offensive, 1 defensive, giving him 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 foul, 1 turnover, 1 block, 25 minutes played, minus 17.
And these plus minuses are jarring.
They're all bad. Your leading plus minus is 1. Everyone else
who played 1 minute.
Everyone else is negative.
Bad game for Jizzle. Just bad. 2 of 7, 0 of 2 from 3. He couldn't beat his man off the dribble. He couldn't create space. I'm
surprised it's only 1 turnover credited to him, because I feel like I recall seeing 3 or 4 just errant passes. And maybe they were errant passes that were somehow corralled, but
not good enough.
No. Can't win.
Same goes for Day.
I'm not going there yet. I go in order of top scorers.
Yeah.
So Jordy Rodriguez, 3 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. 2 minutes played, minus 2. Okay.
Bad. It's bad. He's had a bad night.
Jordy?
Your starting guards were terrible. There's nothing else.
We're talking about Jordy Rodriguez.
Oh, Jordy, fine. I thought we moved on already.
Nope.
3 points. He made a 3. Good for Jordy.
Just said K.
Good for Jordy.
All right. Well, now we will go to Keyshawn Tillery, actually. 2 points, 1 of 2 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 2 defensive rebounds, 2 assists, 2 fouls, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 16 minutes played, minus 9. I'm going to go out on a limb and say Keyshawn Tillery was the best guard for the Bearcats tonight.
I'll agree. I thought he played really good defense. I thought he ran the offense pretty well when he was in there, and looked like the most efficient guard Cincinnati had.
He wasn't afraid to put his head down and try and drive, which I feel like Day and Jizzle kind of tried, I guess. Day was afraid of the paint.
Yeah. He didn't want nothing to do with it. Mm-mm. He decided before the game, I'm not going to be able to score in there.
Nope.
Jizzle made the first bucket of the game. Then he hit a wide open layup where the sea kind of parted for him because for some reason, Karchenkov and Pete were not at the rim. So he got by his guy, laid it up. Those were the only 2 buckets he hit all night. Tillery looked quick. Tillery is quick.
Elite speed.
Elite quickness. He's not end-to-end fast as much as side-to-side. Fast as fuck, boy.
We're not putting the Mikey label on him yet.
No, he's never. That's not his game's not end-to-end. Mike Saunders was end-to-end, just a blur. He just couldn't finish when he got to the other, when he got where he was going.
Day Thomas, 2 points, 1 of 8 from the field. 0 for 3 from 3, 3 rebounds, all defensive, 2 assists, 1 foul, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 29 minutes played, minus 20.
Yawn. Bad.
You're the second best player on your team cannot be 1 of 8 for 2 points and you get a victory.
Against number 1 on their court. You needed 15 from Day and 13 from Jizzle to stand a chance in this game. And it was the annoying part is Burries had 12. Bradley had 8. Like, it was there for the taking. Del Orso had 2. Like, you had an opportunity for your guards to outplay Arizona's guards. Arizona's guards did not play well, and they still kicked your ass. Whoa.
I'm so mad at Jared for that comment. Can either of the Downton Abbey walk-ons shoot? That
Better
might
than
be
Day and Jizzle did tonight.
Jared, that's one of your top 5 comments ever. That's hilarious. We'll
Speaking
keep
of
it
bad.
Yeah, speaking of bad, we'll move on. Your next leading scorer, Buck Harris, 1 point, 0 for 4 from the field, missed his only 3, 1 of 2 from the line, 1 rebound, defensive, 1 assist, 4 fouls, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 13 minutes played, -9.
The easiest thing to predict in this game was that he was going to be in foul trouble all night, because the Arizona guards were just going to go right at him. Like, they get fouled constantly.
You and Dave talked about that at the beginning during the BCJ pod. I feel like I've been doing a podcast. Yeah. I feel like I've been doing a podcast now for about 7 hours, but
it was so easy to predict that they were going to go right at him. He was going to get in quick foul trouble. He was going to get in foul trouble again as soon as the second half started. It happened. He was on the bench for the night. And every time he got the ball, boy, he was trying to get to the rim and get an 8.4 from the Russian judge.
13 minutes for him. That's I think that might be his low, that he's not been hampered with an injury of any sort. Keep it moving. There's 2 guys with 0 points, 3 guys with 0 points. Krisa had 1 minute, 1 foul. That's his entire stat line. +1,
Aaron. Fucking +1.
And +1 leading all Bearcats. Tyler McKinley, he had 19 minutes, 2 offensive, 2 defensive rebounds, giving him 4, 2 fouls, a turnover, -15. He's got to figure some stuff out offensively. Can't be a liability.
Yeah.
Alvin Zella, 1 defensive rebound, 5 minutes played, -5.
You're in a falling on the ground competition, but your opponent is Buck Harris. You're going to lose that competition.
It's just very reminiscent of Micah Adams-Wood's 3rd season.
Can we stop calling him Buck? Maybe Doe. That's a deer joke.
Look, I'm not getting involved with this dude. Seeks out his name. I'm not getting involved in any of these name callings with Buck Harris. Not today. I don't even know that I'll visit the arena while he's there at any point in time during his entire Bearcat career. And I'm just saying, I'm not getting into that spat with him.
I'm not either. I just think people are being funny, and we like when people are funny.
He does search his name on Twitter.
He absolutely searches his name on Twitter. And they're in Arizona through the Arizona State game on Saturday night, and they're not going to be able to get back to Cincinnati.
Got nothing but time.
I mean, I'm a little worried. Well, Baylor's Wednesday, so they should be Sunday night, Monday. If the Snowmageddon really does get us.
They're in the South. They're good.
No, they're supposed to fly back into town.
Why? Just go to Texas.
Baylor plays here.
Oh, Baylor's here? Okay. Sorry. I thought you were saying they were at Baylor. I haven't memorized.
No. They're staying on the road from Arizona to Arizona State. So they're staying out there for 5 days. They got there Tuesday. The plan is to fly back late Saturday night when we're supposed to be getting bombarded. There's no chance, if this holds, that they're going to be able to fly back on Saturday night. They're going to have to stay till Sunday and maybe Monday before they get back home.
Well,
I don't have anything else. That it was fun for 30 minutes. They fought and scratched and clawed for 30 minutes. But ultimately, the offense shit the bed. Doug Sermons and company did what Doug Sermons and company do. And Arizona did what Arizona has done most of the year. They're really freaking good. They're deep. They got a bunch of guys that can beat you in a bunch of different ways. And there's a reason they're top 5 in the country in defensive efficiency.
Well, just because there's 96 people here and we all need to laugh. If you missed the BCJ pod,
I'm going to fire you. Like, do you think I'm kidding? I'm going to fire you if you do it again.
That's the last time I'm ever doing it.
Like it will be your last show. I will exit you from the stage. I will kick you out of the room. I'll change the passwords on everything.
Make twos great again.
Yeah, they did not do that tonight, Aaron. What were they from 2? 13 of 45.
You said it was 30 minutes was fun. That sounds about just like this podcast until we had to go into the numbers of everything. Oh.
How about Wes says, this isn't a complaint. Our plan was to be physical on the ball and in the post. It was difficult to do that with how the game was called. It doesn't mean it was called wrong. And Buck chimes in, man, it was one-sided all night, 30 free throws. It was a frustrating game. I will agree with Buck there. It was a frustrating game.
It was that.
Somebody called 513 shirts. That's the aftermath. Brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken. Bearcats lose 77-51. Ron, we're done. We're done.
It wasn't a real hat, by the way. That was just AI. Knuckleheads.
It was AI. We'll see you next time. It's the aftermath. Brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken. Right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya!